How did we raise such an ungrateful daughter? She saved you. You owe her your life. Just let her have it. You have to be grateful. The familiar litany washed over me, a tide of guilt and obligation that had been drowning me for 2 decades. My entire life had been a prison built of their morality. And then, the system's voice in my head. Riot commencing in 1 minute. A real smile spread across my face. I looked at their angry, accusing faces. Well, I said, my voice light, look how the tables have turned. I stepped forward, bent down, and seized Stella's wrist in a death grip. Leaning in close, I whispered, every word dripping with ice. All those things you just said? In a little while, it'll be my turn to say them. Stella shrieked as if I had burned her, dissolving into a fresh wave of tears. The others immediately swarmed around her. It's okay, Stella, don't be scared. Sophie, let her go. I was shoved aside. My parents, my brother, my fiancé, all of them circled around her like a protective wall. Just then, the parade began. Cheerful music swelled as costumed characters danced down the main street. The host invited guests to join them on the main float. My family must have arranged it beforehand, because Stella was chosen instantly. Wiping her tears, she was escorted onto the float like a princess. The mascots all crowded around her, a perfect picture of adoration. Stella twirled and danced, a radiant smile on her face. Ethan watched from the crowd, his eyes filled with a mesmerized haze. She's so beautiful, he murmured. 30 seconds until the riot. I walked up beside Ethan. Ethan, I asked softly, if I died today, would you ever miss me? He sighed, the spell broken. Don't be so dramatic, Sophie. You've been living on borrowed time for 20 years. Do you really have the guts to die? Stop making empty threats. Empty threats? The words had barely left his lips. Ah! A collective scream tore through the crowd. The riot the system had predicted began, right on schedule. Several men with knives rushed into the crowd, slashing wildly. The parade float was their primary target. People scattered, their screams mingling with the stench of blood. In the midst of the chaos, I turned to Ethan and gave him a brilliant smile. Then, without a second's hesitation, I ran straight into the heart of the chaos. He finally reacted, his voice a shredded, desperate roar. Sophie, come back! Stella, at the center of the float, was the main target. She was paralyzed with fear, her face pale, her screams piercing the air. My parents and brother were on the ground below, yelling frantically, "Protect Stella! Save my sister! If a single hair on her head is harmed, I'll have your jobs!" Security guards rushed in, tackling most of the assailants. Only one remained, his eyes wild with bloodlust. He raised his knife and lunged toward Stella, who was cowering in a corner of the float. Stella! Ethan's entire world was focused on her as he tried to push through the panicked crowd. But he was too late. Like a phantom, I appeared from the side and placed myself directly in the path of the blade. Schlick. The sound of the knife entering my body was a dull, wet thud. A bloom of warmth spread through my chest. Time seemed to freeze. All the noise, the screams, the music, it all faded away. I saw them, my parents' eyes wide with horror, Larry's mouth hanging open in disbelief, and the look on Ethan's face as his entire world shattered.